Open letter to the Israelis. Living in Israel. Dear friends in Israel, I hope this letter finds you well and in good spirits despite the ongoing challenges and adversities. As I witness the complexities and turbulence of your region, I am compelled to reach out and share some pressing concerns that weigh heavily on the hearts and minds of many who stand in solidarity with Israel. Why does the international community, including the United Nations and the World Forum, so frequently condemn Israel for defending itself? We see precision bombings, targeted to minimize civilian casualties, being labeled as disproportionate responses. Meanwhile, Hamas and Hezbollah launch unguided missiles indiscriminately into your towns and cities, terrorizing civilians without regard for human life. It is perplexing and disheartening to witness such bias and lack of understanding from global organizations that should advocate for justice and peace. Furthermore, why is there a relentless push from Europeans, Americans, and certain Arab nations for a two-state solution that demands Israel give up its land? This land's historical and biblical significance to the Jewish people is profound and undeniable. Yet the calls for concessions and territorial compromises persist, often ignoring the security and existential threats posed to Israel. The geopolitical landscape is rife with double standards. Look at Turkey, which has carried out successive ground operations to expel Kurdish forces from border areas in northern Syria. Operations like Claw and Claw Lock, aimed at securing Turkey's borders against Kurdish separatists, are met with understanding, if not outright support. The international community acknowledges Turkey's right to defend its borders, yet often denies Israel the same recognition when it acts to protect its citizens from terrorism. Consider the broader Middle East. The disputes between Saudi Arabia and its neighbors, including Qatar, Kuwait, the UAE, and Yemen, are deeply rooted and complex. These conflicts often involve harsh measures, yet seldom receive the same level of scrutiny and condemnation that Israel faces. Why is Israel, a nation that seeks peace and offers stability, singled out while those who perpetuate war and chaos are overlooked? The ongoing conflict with the Palestinians is undeniably tragic. But why is there such a disproportionate focus on Israel's actions? Why are the demands for peace and accountability not equally directed toward those who openly call for Israel's destruction and act on that rhetoric through violence and terror? As Israelis, you must continue to stand firm and proud of your right to self-defense and sovereignty. You must advocate for fair treatment in the international arena and demand that the same standards applied to other nations be applied to Israel. Your quest for peace should never come at the cost of your security and rightful place in your ancestors' land. May we continue to find strength and resilience in our shared Judeo-Christian heritage and values, and always strive for a future where Israel is recognized and respected as a nation that upholds peace and justice. With solidarity and hope, Dan Mason.